We're going to do section 2.5 today. It's all about solving multi-step equations. So your quiz yesterday was over mostly two-step equations. Now we're going to look at what to do when there's more than two steps. So I want you to write this first bullet point in your notes. So performing inverse operations, that's when you undo the things that are happening in the equation. Before we can do that, today we're going to combine like terms on each side. So the sides are not going to be simplified yet. You have to simplify them and then use inverse operations. So we're not actually solving until the second step today. The first step is just cleaning up both sides of the equation. Then we solve like normal. So we do, we undo adding and subtracting, then we undo multiplying and dividing. So before we can start solving, before we can do anything with inverse operations, we just want to clean up both sides of the equal sign. Is there anything I can clean up? We can't undo the adding 5 yet. First we want to just clean everything up. Is there anything that looks kind of messy? Maybe like how these are like terms but they're not combined? So let's combine those. They're on the same side of the equal sign, so just add them like normal. What is 9x plus 1x? So this is 10x plus 5 equals 105. Now that looks like something you're more familiar with, right? Once you combine the like terms on each side of the equal sign, you should be able to solve like normal. So what would you want to do now? Now you would get rid of the adding 5 by subtracting 5. So we have 10x equals 100. And then we can divide both sides by 100. Or sorry, divide both sides by 10. Since 10 is the one that's next to the x. So what is 100 divided by 10? Just 10. What are your questions on this? So the only new step is this one up here in red. This is just taking what I give you and cleaning up both sides of the equal sign, and then from here down you should already know how to do that. What are your questions? Alright, here's number 2. Alright, do you guys see anything that can be cleaned up a little? Yeah, you got some m's right here, right? So let's add those. What is 5m plus 2m? 7m, and then you still have the minus 23. Now what? Yeah, now you can add the 23. That gives you 28 equals 7m. Then what? Divide both sides by 7, and what do you get for m? Yeah, you just need to do 28 divided by 7, which gives you 4. What are your questions? Alright, here's problem number 3. So as you're writing this, you'll probably notice you have y's in a couple spots. That's not really ideal for solving equations. Since they're on the same side of the equal sign, we can just combine them like normal. No inverse operations needed. What is negative 2y plus 5y? The signs are different, so you subtract the numbers, keep the sign of the bigger number. If the 5 was negative, then it'd be negative 7. But the 5's positive. So subtract the numbers, keep the positive sign because you have more positives. So it's actually 3y plus 5. And then that's going to equal the 14 has not changed. Now you should be able to do it from here. What do? Subtract that 5. Good. So that's 3y equals 9. And then what? Divide both sides by 3. And you should get that y equals 3 because 9 divided by 3 is 3. Excuse me. Any questions? All right, here's number 4. Anything we can clean up? The p's, yes. What's 3p plus 5p? 8p plus 13 equals 67. Then what? Minus the 13. So that gives us 8p equals 54. What do you divide both sides by? The 8. So when you type 54 divided by 8 in your calculator, what does it tell you? Yeah, 6.75. That answer is fine for this class. Some other algebra teachers make you just reduce the fraction. If you want to reduce the fraction, like if you don't have a calculator and you think that that's your best bet, you would divide the top and bottom by 2 because 2 goes into the top and bottom. So you would actually get 27 over 4. Either of these answers is fine. I'm assuming 95% of you will do this top answer because that's what the calculator does. But this answer is fine too. I'll repeat what I said earlier. Some algebra teachers require you to do this. So just because I'm allowing this doesn't mean every teacher in your future will allow it, okay? So do it for now, but then you might have to go back to reducing the fraction in your future, so just be aware of that. Any questions? As long as you know how we got this, you should be good. This is more of like the non-calculator answer. All right, here's number 5. All right, what should we do first? 10x minus 7x. What is 10x minus 7x? 3x. Very good. So you have 3x equals 1. Does anyone think the answer is 3? No. You divide both sides by 3. So yes, one acceptable answer would be 1 over 3. But if you type it into the calculator, it tells you 0.33333. Do you remember how to show that something's repeating? Yeah, if you put a bar over it, that means it's repeating. So you could put 0.3. If you put 0.3, I wouldn't mark it wrong. But 0.3 with a bar over it is the most acceptable decimal answer. But for this one, actually, the fraction's probably just the easiest. If you put 3 as your answer, I would mark it wrong. It's definitely not 3. Questions? All right, here's number 6.
Is this the last one?
No.
Are you going to put one of these on the test?
Yes. All right, let's focus on the left side first. What can I do? Yeah, 1b plus 6b is 7b, right? All right, and then I have just some numbers. Negative 9 and 44 is what?
Um,
35, good. That equals, what's 25 plus 10? 35. Great. How would I solve this? You subtract 35 from both sides. So you have 7b equals, what is 35 minus 35? 0. The last step is to divide the 0 by 7. What is 0 divided by 7? 0. 0 divided by anything is 0, except 0. Now, for some reason, when students get an answer of 0, they second guess themselves. 0 is a fine answer. 0 is a number. 0 is great, okay? Don't think you did something wrong if you're coming up with an answer of 0. What are your questions? All right, here's number 7. This one will go quick compared to the last one. How do I start this one? Yeah, you just combine the like terms on the right side. So I have 12x equals 36. And then what? Divide both sides by 12. So what does x equal?
3.
3, very good. What questions do you guys have? Okay, we're going to look at a different type of problem now. How about I'll tell you? Boom. So you just need to write this part. After you write it, we will discuss what it means. Okay, so this is saying determine if the given value is a solution. So there's 2 ways to do this problem. The first way, it would be to solve this equation and see if you get 6 as your answer. Do you know how to solve this? Yeah? I haven't taught you how to do it. No. So the answer is no. You do not know how to solve this. So we cannot use that method. Does anyone know the other way to see if something's a solution? Rewrite it. Instead of writing an X, what am I going to put?
6.
Good. So you're just going to substitute 6 for X and see if you get something that's true. If you get a true statement, then 6 is the solution. Now, once you plug the 6 in, you just follow the order of operations on each side and see if you get the same number, is basically what we're doing. If we do, it's a yes. If we don't, it's a no. All right, so on the left side, we can multiply first. 4 times 6 is 24. Minus 7, that gives us a 17. Any questions on how I simplified the left side? Now we can simplify the right side. 6 squared, that's 36. I can do the multiplication at the same time. This is gonna be an 18. This is gonna be a -1. Can someone tell me what 36 minus 18 minus 1 equals?
Wait. Okay. 17.
So is x equals 6 the solution for this equation? You would just put a yes. So the answer is yes. The answer is not 17 equals 17. A lot of times students forget to tell me the answer of yes. Like, is this the solution? 17 equals 17. That doesn't make sense, like, in conversation. The answer is either yes or no on these. Any questions?